If this video found you, stop scrolling. This is not random. Something is shifting in your life right now, and you can feel it. The pressure, the confusion, the quiet feeling that something bigger is waiting for you. What if the universe has already been sending you signs about money, opportunity, and a breakthrough that could change everything? Most people ignore these signals, and they miss their moment. But you're here for a reason. In the next few minutes, you might recognize a sign that proves your life is about to turn in your favor. Don't miss it. You have probably felt it for a while now. Something feels different. Maybe small things are happening that you can't fully explain. Maybe you keep thinking about change, about success, about finally stepping into the life you deserve. The truth is, the universe doesn't stay silent when your season is about to shift. It starts sending signals. Quiet ones at first. Then stronger ones. Most people brush them off. They call it coincidence. They doubt themselves. And because of that, they miss opportunities that could have completely changed their future. But you're here. And that tells me something important. You're ready to notice what others ignore. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 7 clear signs the universe sends before a major breakthrough. Pay close attention, one of these could be happening to you right now. Now take a slow breath and really think about your life over the past few weeks. Think about your emotions. Your thoughts. The small events you may have ignored. The universe rarely shouts. It whispers fast. And if you're watching this, chances are you've already had one of those whispers. The key is awareness. Because once you see the signs, you can never unsee them. And when you understand what they mean, you stop feeling lost. You start feeling guided. Let's begin with the first sign. And this one surprises most people. The first sign the universe is sending you a message is this: you no longer feel comfortable where you are. Maybe nothing is wrong on the outside. Your job is fine. Your relationships seem normal. Your routine hasn't changed. But inside, something feels off. You feel restless, irritated, unmotivated. Almost like your soul is bored with the life you're living. That discomfort is not random. When the universe is preparing you for growth, it makes your current situation feel too small. The same environment that once felt safe now feels limiting. The same conversations feel repetitive. The same habits feel empty. This is not failure. This is expansion. Most people mistake this feeling for anxiety or dissatisfaction. They try to distract themselves. They scroll more. They work more. They avoid thinking deeply. But the discomfort keeps coming back. Why? Because you are being stretched. Growth never begins with comfort. It begins with pressure. And that pressure you're feeling? It's often the first signal that something bigger is trying to enter your life. If this resonates with you, stay with me, because the next sign becomes even harder to eye. The second sign the universe is sending you a message is repetition. You start noticing patterns that feel too specific to ignore. Maybe you keep hearing the same word from different people. Maybe a certain idea keeps coming back into your mind. Maybe you randomly see the same numbers again and again. Or you think about someone, then suddenly they text you. At first, you brush it off. You tell yourself it's just coincidence. But deep down, it feels different. It feels intentional. Here's the truth: when something repeats in your life, it's usually trying to get your attention. The universe doesn't force messages. It repeats them until you notice. And repetition is powerful. Because once is random. Twice is interesting. But 3 or 4 times. That's a pattern. Most people ignore patterns because they don't want to look crazy. They don't want to believe something bigger might be guiding them. But the most successful people in life pay attention to patterns. They trust their awareness. If something keeps showing up in your reality, ask yourself why. Because the next sign goes even deeper, and it starts happening inside you, you start feeling more sensitive, more aware, more reflective. Things that never used to bother you suddenly feel heavy. Certain environments drain you faster. Certain people feel harder to tolerate. At the same time, you may feel moments of excitement for no clear reason. A random wave of hope. A sudden belief that something good is coming, even if you can't explain why. This emotional instability is not weakness. It's transition. Before a major shift happens in your external world, it begins internally. Your emotions begin reorganizing. Your tolerance changes. Your standards rise. Your intuition gets louder. You may even feel like you're outgrowing people. And that can feel lonely. But loneliness during growth is common. It means you are stepping into a new frequency before your environment catches up. The universe often prepares you emotionally before it moves you physically. And if you've been feeling different lately, not sad, not happy, just changed, that's not random. That's preparation. Now the fourth sign is one that many people experience, but almost nobody talks about openly. The fourth sign the universe is sending you a message is a sudden increase in intuition. You start knowing things before they happen. You get a feeling about someone, and later you realize you were right. You sense when something isn't for you, even if it looks perfect on paper. Your gut reaction becomes faster, clearer, and harder to ignore. At first, you may doubt it. You tell yourself you're overthinking. You try to be logical. But the feeling doesn't go away. It gets stronger. That's because when change is approaching, your intuition sharpens. It becomes your internal guide. The universe doesn't always send instructions through loud events. Sometimes it speaks through quiet inner knowing. And here's what's powerful, intuition usually gets louder before opportunity arrives. It's like your inner system is being upgraded. You begin to sense which doors are worth opening and which ones will waste your time. If you've been feeling guided lately, almost protected from certain mistakes, that's not luck. That's alignment. And the next sign might feel uncomfortable, but it's one of the strongest indicators that your life is about to shift. The fifth sign surprises most people. When the universe is preparing to elevate you, sometimes things begin to fall apart. Plans get cancelled. Opportunities disappear. Relationships shift. You experience delays, rejections, unexpected endings. And it feels unfair. You might think you're moving backward. You might feel frustrated, even betrayed by life. But here's something most people don't realize. Redirection often looks like rejection. Sometimes doors close because they would have trapped you in a smaller future. Sometimes delays protect you from decisions that would have limited your growth. Sometimes people leave because they are not meant to walk into your next chapter. Distraction creates space. And space invites something new. If you've recently experienced disruption, don't panic. Major breakthroughs are often preceded by instability. Before the upgrade comes, the system resets. This is where many people give up. But if you stay aware instead of bitter, you'll notice something interesting happening next. Because the sixth sign feels completely different, it feels like possibility. Stay with me. The shift is getting closer. After confusion, after emotional shifts, after things fall apart, something changes. The sixth sign the universe is sending you a message is the appearance of unexpected opportunities. A random conversation gives you an idea. Someone mentions something that connects to your goals. You see information at the exact moment you needed it. A small door opens, not fully, but just enough to make you curious. It may not look dramatic. It may not look like that big break yet. But it feels different. It feels aligned. This is how major shifts often begin, quietly. Subtle openings. Small invitations. Gentle nudges forward. And here's the key, these opportunities usually show up after you've been tested. After you've questioned yourself. After you've felt discomfort. It's almost like the universe is asking, are you ready now? Most people hesitate at this stage because they're still focused on what they lost. But the ones who move forward, even with uncertainty, are the ones who step into transformation. If something small has appeared in your life recently, pay attention to it. Because the seventh sign is the most powerful of all. And when this one happens, your life rarely stays the same. The seventh sign is not external. It's internal. It's a quiet, powerful knowing that something is about to change. You can't explain it logically. There's no official proof. No guarantee. But deep inside, you feel like you're standing at the edge of a new chapter. You may feel restless, not because you're unhappy, but because you know you're meant for more. You may feel less afraid of risk. You may start imagining a bigger life without feeling guilty about it. This is the moment most people ignore. Because it requires belief. That deep knowing is alignment. It's the moment when your inner world and your future begin syncing together. Before visible change happens, invisible certainty appears. And once you feel it, you can't go back to thinking small. This is where breakthroughs are born. Not when everything is perfect, not when there is zero fear. But when there is a quiet decision inside you that says, I'm ready. If you have felt that lately, that combat powerful shift, then understand this. You are not waiting for change anymore. Change is waiting for you to move. Now we transition into the emotional payoff and reflection. Now take a moment and think about everything we just talked about. The discomfort. The repeating patterns. The emotional shifts. The stronger intuition. The things falling apart. The small unexpected opportunities. And that deep inner knowing. What if none of it was random? What if this entire season of your life has been preparation? Most people go through these signs without awareness. They assume they're unlucky. They assume they're stuck. They assume life is just happening to them. But awareness changes everything. When you recognize the signs, you stop feeling like a victim of circumstances. You start feeling guided. You start moving with purpose instead of fear. And here's the truth, breakthroughs rarely announce themselves loudly. They approach quietly. They test you. They reshape you. They prepare you. If you've recognized even 2 or 3 of these signs in your life, you are not behind. You are not lost. You are in transition. And transition is where power is built. If this message resonated with you, don't ignore that feeling. That connection you felt while watching this. That's awareness waking up. Comment below, I'm ready for my breakthrough. Make it real. Claim it. And if you want more messages like this, messages that help you understand the signs before others do, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because the people who pay attention to the signs are the ones who step into opportunity first. Remember this. The universe doesn't send signals twice to those who ignore them. But you didn't ignore this one. And that already says something powerful about you. Before you leave, there's something important you need to understand. When signs start appearing, there are only 2 types of people. The first type feels them but does nothing. They go back to old habits. Old thinking. Old fears. And slowly, the signs fade. The second type feels them and responds. They take small action. They trust their intuition. They prepare for something bigger. And here's the difference. The universe doesn't respond to hope. It responds to movement. If you've been feeling these signs, this is not the time to wait. It's the time to prepare. Clean your environment. Clear your mindset. Distance yourself from negativity. Start thinking bigger. Act slightly braver than usual. Because when opportunity fully arrives, it moves fast. And the people who hesitate miss it. Right now, you're standing at a subtle turning point. Not dramatic. Not loud. But real. And years from now, you may look back at this exact season and realize. This was when everything began shifting. The only question is, will you recognize it or will you let it pass?